Welcome to the Knowledge Vault. Let's start today's video. The 7 Years' War, also known as the French and Indian War in the context of North America, was a global conflict that lasted from 1756 to 1763, involving most of the great powers of the time. It was a critical event in American history, laying the groundwork for the American Revolution. Here's the full story of the conflict as it unfolded in North America. The conflict between the British and the French in North America was rooted in competition over territorial claims. Both empires were expanding, and their territories began to overlap, particularly in the Ohio River Valley, a region that was strategically important for trade and military control. The British colonies were expanding westward from the Atlantic coast, while the French were extending their influence from Canada down through the Mississippi River Valley, establishing a network of forts and trading posts.
Native American tribes were also deeply involved,
Often siding with either the British or the French based on their interests.
The start of the war. 1754 to 1756. The war officially began in 1754.
Before the global 7 Years' War, with a skirmish in the Ohio Valley, a young George Washington, then a lieutenant colonel in the British colonial militia, was sent to the area to challenge French claims. Washington's forces ambushed a small French detachment, leading to the death of a French officer, which escalated into a larger conflict. The French retaliated, forcing Washington to surrender at Fort Necessity. This defeat marked the beginning of open hostilities between the British and French in North America, though the conflict wouldn't be declared as part of the 7 Years' War until 1756. The early years of the war. 1756-1758. In the early years, the French had the upper hand due to their strong alliances with various Native American tribes, their superior knowledge of the terrain, and the effectiveness of their military strategies. They managed to capture several key British forts, including Fort Oswego on Lake Ontario and Fort William Henry on Lake George. The war was brutal, with many Native American tribes raiding British settlements, leading to significant loss of life among settlers. The British colonial response was often harsh, further inflaming tensions. Turning point. So, 1759, the tide began to turn in favor of the British when William Pitt, the British Prime Minister, decided to pour significant resources into the conflict in North America. Recognizing its importance, Pitt sent more troops, better supplies, and appointed more effective military leaders. In 1758, the British captured the pivotal Fort Duquesne, later renamed Fort Pitt, now Pittsburgh, which was a key French stronghold. This victory, along with other successes, began to swing the momentum in favor of the British. The fall of Quebec and Montreal. The critical moment of the war came in 1759 with the Battle of the Plains of Abraham. Outside Quebec City, British General James Wolfe led a daring attack on the French forces under General Montcalm. Both Wolfe and Montcalm died in the battle, but the British emerged victorious, capturing Quebec City. The fall of Quebec was a decisive blow to the French. And in 1760, the British captured Montreal, effectively ending French control in Canada. The Treaty of Paris. 1763. The war officially ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1763. The terms of the treaty were significant. France ceded Canada and all its territories east of the Mississippi River to Britain. Spain, which had entered the war on the side of France, ceded Florida to Britain, but received the Louisiana territory west of the Mississippi River from France. France retained its Caribbean sugar islands and a few small territories, but its power in North America was effectively ended. Impact on America. The British victory had profound consequences for the future of North America. British debt and colonial taxation. The war left Britain with a massive national debt, leading them to tax the American colonies more heavily to recoup the costs. This sowed the seeds of discontent. That would eventually lead to the American Revolution. Colonial military experience. Many future leaders of the American Revolution, including George Washington, gained valuable military experience. During the war, Native American relations. The war dramatically altered the balance of power between Native American tribes and European settlers. With the French gone, Native Americans could no longer play the French and British against each other, leading to more direct conflict with the British. Expansion of British territory. Britain gained vast territories, but managing and defending these lands would prove difficult and expensive. Conclusion: the 7 Years' War was a pivotal event in American history, setting the stage for the political and social tensions that would lead to the American Revolution. Marked the end of French colonial ambitions in North America and established British dominance on the continent, though at a significant cost. That would ultimately contribute to the loss of its American colonies. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about history's greatest journeys, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. See you in the next video.